somewhere far away from the hustle and bustle of metropolises, in the cozy country town of Graceville, our horrifying and incredible story began. In this town lived Jacob McAllister, a quiet and calm young man. Jacob was a passionate photographer who found his soulful harmony in nature and art. He adored solitude and moments to immerse himself in the world of nature and silence. Jacob captured every amazing detail of nature, every emotional moment, and when he found something incredible, he always shared it with his close friends. This was his life, and nothing foreshadowed the trouble that lay ahead. But despite his love of the outdoors, Jacob's heart was always in one place, where his beloved Sarah was. Every time they met, it was always full of tenderness and love. Sarah has always supported Jacob in his passion for photography and adventure, but every meeting has its farewell. On this day, Jacob received great news. He received the coordinates of a place where incredible natural phenomena had been discovered. Jacob is ignited by the idea and incredible opportunity to photograph something unique and share that beauty with everyone. So he gathers a team of photographer friends for a new adventure. And so young people full of inspiration and obsession set off on a journey. But something inexplicably disturbs Sarah. She sees Jacob off with a heavy heart, like something was wrong, like something sinister was threatening her lover. The unsuspecting friends head for the mountains. At the coordinates indicated in the letter, their hearts are filled with joy and anticipation. But it is from this very moment that their lives will irreversibly change. They follow a route that was suggested to them by some anonymous organization. Their way lies through the forest straight into the mountains, far away from settlements. Suddenly, more and more strange and unusual natural phenomena begin to appear on their way, and this sparks even more interest for the group. They find these phenomena incredible and important to explore, which fuels their passion for photography. None of the friends suspect that each of these unusual phenomena is the result of horrifying experiments that were created specifically to lead our friends into a trap. Jacob and his friends continued to move deeper into the mountainous region. The farther they walked, the more strange things became. The friends began to feel a strange and inexplicable weakness in their bodies. So the road led them to an abandoned laboratory, hidden among the trees. For some unknown reason, the friends had almost no strength left. It frightened them, but curiosity got the better of them. Determined friends decide to go inside, but suddenly the door closes abruptly behind them. There's no turning back. The friends begin to explore the lab, trying to find a way out. They find horrifying things: cages with experimental animals, red stains, and traces of experiments everywhere. In one of the rooms, Jacob finds documents that reveal the gruesome experiments conducted here. They realize that they are trapped, and they need to escape from this place as soon as possible. But, alas, it was no longer possible. They are grabbed by some people in white suits and sent to a cage. All except Jacob. It is Jacob who is taken to a separate room. He is placed on an icy metal table and is secured with thick straps. Jacob screams and tries to get out with all his might, but his screams are muffled and his body is immobilized. The men in white suits began to work on him. Jacob faints from fear and indescribable pain. His nervous system is now connected to the camera that replaces his head. Jacob tries his best to resist, but his body is completely powerless. He can no longer control it. Gradually, his consciousness begins to merge with the new camera head. Jacob became part of a machine, able to see and record, but not feel or speak. He remembers nothing from his past life, and his body is uncontrollable. Many days pass like this, before his consciousness suddenly begins to return. Jacob, doomed to this nightmarish state, begins to see and realize what is happening around him. Suddenly, Jacob is pierced by a sharp pain. The image of a girl popped up in front of his lens. Her face seemed very familiar to Jacob, but he couldn't remember who it was. Gradually, memories returned to Jacob. He recalls moments of happiness and love, but he doesn't understand where it comes from in him. He only feels that it is these memories that give him strength and determination. Thanks to his new abilities, Jacob gains access to the lab's control systems. He finds the most vulnerable parts of the system and decides to escape. Returning to Sarah becomes his main driving force. Obsessed with meeting Sarah, Jacob makes his way through the corridors of the lab and searches for a way out, but suddenly, a voice comes into his head. It's his friend, who is also being held captive and connected to him via video link. Jacob, shocked and joyfully surprised, replies to his friend,
"Jacob, I know it's not easy, but you have to get out of here and tell the world about these horrible, inhumane experiments being done here. Don't think about me. You have to run. I'll try to record everything that goes on inside the lab and feed the recordings directly into your head. We're not just humans anymore. We have abilities that can change the world."
Jacob is torn by doubts as he faces a difficult choice, but he hears the determination in his friend's voice and realizes that his friend is willing to sacrifice his freedom to uncover the truth.
"Remember that I'll always be with you. And maybe one day we'll meet again. End of communication."
And Jacob makes a decision to get out of this horrible place at all costs.
Earth's organization has long kept its sinister intentions secret. But now we are in danger of being exposed. Our goal remains the creation of powerful spy devices. But Sample to 689 GTH has gotten out of control. We must capture and disarm it.